Roaring Kitty did it again. And this time around, he's doing some crazy stuff. Not only that, the stock market is in shambles. Well, why is that? You'll see in this video. So without any further ado, let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Philprints, your one and only stop for crypto finance and trading. So this here is the post by Roaring Kitty that sparked this crazy new hype. 15 hours ago, he posted this here, the UNO reverse card, which means he is back. Just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I published videos about him coming back after 3 years and pumping GME and AMC, and also explained the whole background story. So if you're interested, I will link this video here. And during this times, he posted meme clips of famous movies multiple times a day until May 17th. There he posted this one here. This was pretty much an obvious goodbye. And everyone thought that's it. Well, no, seems it just was a warm-up. Because at the same time, he posted on Reddit, where his username is deep fucking value, for the very first time since 2021. So in contrast to his Twitter account, this was actually dead to this very point in time. And well, there he posted that he has 5 million shares of GME worth more than $115 million plus 120,000 call options also on GME expiring on June 21st. So basically another long trade. And together with his cash position, the whole portfolio is now worth more than $210 million. Now everyone tries to find out, where did he get this money from? Because back in 2021, he went away with like $30 million. Well, I found an interesting take. Jonah Lupton here says, I'm trying to figure out how Roaring Kitty ended up with $100 million plus of GME, and here's my best guess. In late April or early May, he sold most of his GME equity and loaded up on calls. Then he came back to social media and pumped the stock, which went up 330% in 3 days, then dropped minus 75% in the next 3 days. Then he probably sold all of his calls near the top and started buying back GME equity, which is why his cost basis is in the $20. Then he decided to play this game again. So over the past couple of weeks, he's been selling his GME equity and loaded up on the June 21st $20 calls. Now, at the time of this post, GME was up 83% pre-market, which after the market open would have meant that his account is worth more than $750 million, which is not exactly what happened. As you can see here, the price closed before the weekend here at around $23, then went up pre-market to around $40, so nearly a 2x. And since the market open, we're going down, more specifically 30%. But nevertheless, I think this potential explanation here does make a lot of sense. But it gets way more interesting. If the Roaring Kitty exercises all of his 120,000 call options, then his position will be a whopping 17 million shares. If GameStop did not sell 45 million shares on the open market, this position would reflect roughly 5.3% ownership over the whole company. And DFV, deep fucking value, would have to file a Form 4 with the SEC. Now, what's a Form 4, you might ask? Well, as far as I know, this is a document that someone with more than 5% ownership of a company has to sign, where he decides if he wants to vote for important decisions that the company is making. So if that's really what he tries to do, then I guess he doesn't only like the stock, but he likes the company as well. And of course, short sellers are crushed. Again, they are set to lose $993 million since Friday's close at around a $40 pre-market. And one short seller in specific is getting crushed again. Citron Research's Andrew Left said he's short GameStop GME again on May 16th. Then, as you know, Roaring Kitty released his crazy position, and Andrew Left bet against GameStop in 2021, covering his short positions at an approximate 100% loss. So with his short positions entered on May 16th, this may happen to him again. Of course, only if we now see a pump, because right now, after the market opened, we are going down, as I've shown you. Now, but there's another crazy thing happening at the very same time, and that is multiple New York Stock Exchange stocks showing volatility trading halts, not only GME, and therefore the stock market is basically in shambles. This stock here is Berkshire Hathaway, the company of Warren Buffett. There's actually two stocks, BRK BRKA and BRKB. And the A stock is the one where one share costs $631,000, and it casually dropped minus 99.97%. This has never happened before and coincided with this crazy roaring kitty happenings. As you can see at this very moment, it's already a wick, so this was resolved. So up to this point, I didn't find a proper explanation why this happened. Some call it a glitch. Also, many people tried to buy here. Of course, this wasn't possible. The market was halted. And same goes for the New Scale Power Corporation. Here as well, we've got a minus 98% dip, which now is also just a wick. In between, GME was halted once again, which is no surprise. This happens multiple times a day. Well, it has this crazy trending moves. The GME crypto meme coins pumped as well. Of course, these cannot be halted. And therefore, this Ethereum-based GME, for example, is up 826% on the day. And this Solana-based GME is up 127% on the day. Quite interestingly, this meme coin here, GStop, is down minus 30%. This one's actually pretty new. Now, let's have a look at the charts. You might remember this big pump here. This was the initial roaring kitty hype, which nearly 100x'd the stock price. Since the very top in end of January 2021, we went down only basically. And in mid of April, we started another pump here. With roaring kitty coming back, the hype was real. We pumped around 500%, so a 6x within just 2 weeks. But then things cooled down pretty quickly. So we went down 71%. Then we consolidated a little, and then we got the second comeback 15 hours ago. So I'm pretty sure Wall Street wants to prevent this in any way to repeat, meaning that we will get a cascade of short liquidations and see GME rise to the moon. So this will be an interesting fight, you could say. What is obvious here is that my Phil Prince reversal bands gave very nice signals here for GME as well. So it doesn't only work for crypto, of course. As we got this signal here with a retest, we basically could see that we will get a pump only by looking at the chart and my indicator, even without the news. Then this signal here proved to be very important support and resistance over and over again. Also very recently here. So this was exactly the level where this dump stopped. And then we got the most recent signal, this one here. This happened right after the dump started. And this is actually the point where this current dump stopped, at least at the time of recording. So if history repeats in some way, then we might find support here, or at least here, and then see another pump up. Please be aware, this is extremely risky, especially as this is not the first pump and Wall Street, of course, tries to prevent us, as I said. If we in fact see a pump, where could we go to? Well, if we take the Fibonacci tool and measure from top to bottom for this last movement here, we can see that we exactly topped out at the 1.618. And if we do the same for this move here, top to bottom, then you can see that the 1.618 is here, meaning at $575. And that would mean that from current prices, we could see up to a 19x. When we have a look at the lower time frames, meaning the 1 hour time frame, we can see as well that these important moving averages are acting as support and resistance. For example, here, resistance, support, pump up. And then as we dump below, we also found support here on the gold moving average. Then here on the blue moving average before we saw this crazy pump. So these two here will be very important to monitor as well. And you're in luck, you can get this indicator for free if you join my Telegram group. Link is down below. This will get you more alpha. Just in the last couple of days, I called the crazy pump of Notcoin and Turbo and gave consistent updates in the Telegram group. Also with this membership here, which is still free, you get a 1-hour trading course that explains how to build your own strategy. And as I said, the indicator. So join while it's still free. This may change for new members in the future. So it'll be very interesting to see how this turns out. I'll keep you updated, of course, here on YouTube, on Twitter, and of course in my Telegram group. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why and do it now. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. As always, this was not financial advice. This was Phil Prince for you. Until next time, crush the markets. Goodbye.